Hey, Happy New Year, how's it going? I know, it's February, but life is not linear, so it's okay. Hands up if you blow your money in December in the name of Dirty December. I mean, I was busy. I was like home most of the time. I didn't really go out. And I'm in cold Canada. Speaking of cold Canada, I wanted to shoot outside. I had to come back in, man. It was crazy. That was my daughter. I had to pick up. So today we're going to talk about how do you survive YouTube in 2026. Straight to it. First of all, you need to, you need to shoot the video. No one's coming, my love. But I'll tell you what, it's one of those things. I mean, I'm coming from a place of, people don't believe it, but I was that nervous kid, ADHD kid, clumsy. If I'm in public or I hold something, I'll drop it. You know, I had a rough childhood when it came to ADHD and that kind of stuff. And over the years, I've been blessed to be able to do things that help me exercise. But one thing that is constant is I had to come out. I had to do it. You know, you don't get better at something by not doing it. You get better at something by doing the thing you're afraid of. You know, everything that you need to achieve is on the other side of it. And yes, it's not easy. It takes time. So bringing that to YouTube, I know talking to a lens of little black spots or hole and a camera on your phone is not the most flattering thing, but practice on your mirror. And the way I used to do it, I would watch myself in the mirror and I'll tell myself, you don't look half bad, man. And if you can talk to people like that, then just as the way you're seeing your reflection when you are getting the confidence and you're talking to yourself, just like when people do selfies, you see all the content creators these days on their phones, Snapchat, etc., because you're seeing yourself, it's a lot easier, right? But you put a camera in front of them, it's a different story. So it's being able to have a snapshot of how you are and gradually you build that confidence. Just do it. Just do it. You get better. There's a YouTuber, Kevin Colby, who really puts it in his own nice, creative way. You know, he says, shoot the video. I'll say, shoot and edit. 2, you have to post the video you shoot or nobody's gonna see the video. Again, if you don't put a title on your video and you leave it blank, it will not post the video. Thumbnail. The thumbnail, even on YouTube, can be done by default. YouTube will just take a snapshot of it. But you can take it a step further by maybe going into ChatGPT or your favorite AI app and just maybe take a snapshot of yourself with your phone and just tell the AI or ChatGPT, in this case, that ChatGPT, create me a thumbnail for YouTube with the right aspect ratio, using my picture with me as a subject in the first picture I uploaded, and the second picture being the format of what I want the thumbnail to look like. And it will do it. It might require a couple of tries, it might do a few janky things, but ultimately it can do it. You can take that a step further by actually just learning how to use something like Canva. Canva is kind of free, and even with the free Canva, you can do a thumbnail with it. I used Canva the bulk of the time last year to do my thumbnails. I'll still be using it where appropriate, and I'm also experimenting on using some AI stuff this year. It's part of my own challenge to go. In the words of Tamara Gabriel, the legend, shoot the damn video. So after you've conquered that first initial stage, which nobody's coming to do for you, is lean towards your niche. Now, I know that the niche thing has been oversaid and overdone. And most times when people talk about niche, they make it look like you're trying to create this niche. In my opinion, what has worked for me is I've just leaned towards my niche. So, for example, one of my old childhood friends, he's an engineer. You know, not like he works in an engineering firm, but he was the person that he used to repair our bikes. We used to do janky things with toys. He was very technical. He was very inspiring even growing up. And his natural trajectory has always been engineer focused, and he's always been a fixer of things, scattered most times, but he fixes things when he's focused. And his other passion has been cycling. He cycled for the National Cycling Association team in Sierra Leone. And now he's actually the head of that association, the president of the Cycling Association in Sierra Leone. Now, if he wants to say, I want to open a YouTube channel, what do you think he's going to do? Exactly. He's going to either do something that is engineering based and or cycling based. And the point is, with the niche thing, sometimes people make it sound like you have to choose one thing and that needs to be the niche. But I disagree because I find myself in kind of the same boat, right? I'm a songwriter, music composer, filmmaker, and I've worked in media for over 15 years. The last 10 being, directing, and not just the director that just is action and goes home. I've been in the whole creative process. So naturally for me, my niche has to be music and film related stuff. And that ability to even have diverse talent has been also my strength because it just gives me a lot of things to talk about. I have a lot of things I have ideas for, and it would be awkward for me to find a niche outside what I am already. So lean to your niche. If you're a baker, show people how to bake bread. If you're a seamstress, show them how to, how to sew. Give us tips on how to sew. If you're into agriculture and healthy eating and farming, show us, because that is your niche. And when you're doing something that is your niche and you're leaning towards that being authentic, even if it's multiple things, do it, because that makes the whole sustainability thing easier, and over time you can only get better. Finally, I think it's safe to say it's okay to study YouTube to understand how YouTube works as a creator. Now, I know a lot of people get really clinical about it and very, what's that word? Sterile. They get very sterile about the whole following people's description to the T, finding keywords and all that. And that's great, right? It's good to have keywords. If you're gonna post something about travel video, of course you have to put travel in the description and epic travel, because you're gonna now be in the search for epic travel and all that kind of stuff. I get that. Again, those are the kind of things that you can lean into, but don't get caught up in that whole algorithmic drug thing, because that can be very mentally tasking and tiring. For example, Neil Mohan, who is the CEO of YouTube, obviously dropped like a letter for where YouTube is going. Stuff like that, you can watch it, because it's important to know the platform that you're going to be posting on, where their direction is. And while you're not going to try and just change who you are, i.e. your niche, or just totally lose yourself, you can learn a couple of tips. For example, I didn't really do shorts last year, but based on what they're saying, they're really trying to invest more in shorts. And now, it doesn't mean I'm not going to do my long form content, or I'm going to drop my quality just to do quick shorts so that I can get the views. But it doesn't cost me anything to now have shorts in mind when I'm doing my long form content. So things like even the X2 monthly challenge I did when I dropped 2 songs every month, I realized I'd only posted that on Instagram. I didn't post it on YouTube. So it's a no-brainer to say, do a nice little YouTube message and then just say, hey guys, last year I dropped 2 songs every month, and just in case you missed it, here are the promo shorts for them and links to the song below. It's already there. They've already been short. They're already in vertical format. So it's a no-brainer. I can put that there and get the extra views for it. Those are the little things you can do without trying to redesign the wheel per se, and you can still achieve the things you need to achieve. But ultimately, just be consistent. It's a bit like investment, right? This is not financial advice. If you were to invest in the stock market consistently, right? The stock market has been statistically known to grow at least 10% every year, except there's like an apocalyptic event or something and the aliens finally come and then everything crashes. But in general, as long as you're dollar cost averaging, you are gonna get some return. In essence, that's what YouTube is, right? If you are consistent. And consistency as well is according to your life. Not everybody's gonna post every day. Some people are doing the everyday challenge, and that's cool. Me, I've not got the inspiration to do everyday challenge yet, because for me and how my life is going and the things I have to deal with, I cannot do every day. YouTube for me is an extension of what I'm doing. So just be consistent. Don't get caught in the trends and heavily trying to carbon copy every new formula and every opinion of every video. I think ultimately your monetization will come. I'm kind of in the same boat. I'm not monetized yet because my focus has been creative stuff. I'm not trying to be the YouTuber. I'm not chasing the monetization, but it's gonna come. I understand what my brand is. Speaking of directions, I'm at the moment in meetings for documentaries and working on a few personal projects as well. that is where I'm leaning towards. And actually, that has also made me lean into the type of content I watch on YouTube. I'm watching more of Luke Forsyth and Louis Potts. Why? Because those guys are kind of the kind of creator I am. I've been in the deep end of, filmmaking in Nigeria. So I am the hands-on production kind of guy, and with where I'm going and the direction I'm going with the things I need to do, it's going to require me to run lean. So it doesn't take away from the fact that when I started YouTube, I was more leaning towards the Peter McKinnons and the Matt Opojes. When you see Peter, you see Matt, they're like best friends. But that was like the YouTuber style, excited every day, travel videos. And again, travel videos will happen. There's a travel side that I've, kept on ice for now for personal reasons. And, just how the world works and just how the trend is. So because of where I am and my niche and the core of me, I'm more into those guys now, and I'm watching and learning about the kind of lenses I need, just having a rig that makes me run lean in a documentary setting and all that. So don't worry about the algorithms and the trends and looking at other people, oh, you need to do this, and always changing your stuff. Just keep dollar cost averaging. Show up. If it's every 2 weeks, show up every 2 weeks and give your gems and be authentic to your niche, who you are, communicating your authentic self. You get better with it. And it's real, because the other day I actually saw one of the big YouTubers kind of breaking down while he's recording a video because he's going through depression. And it really drove this thing that we're talking about home to me, because he has everything I want, like the travel, the collaborations. He gets sent to Iceland. They do all these epic travel videos for brands. He's okay. I say all this to say, it shows you that sometimes even the people that you want to aspire to reach don't have it all figured out. And the irony is, as I say, they have what you are looking forward to have or what you want. So you know what? Be grateful for what you have now. Do your own, be authentic. Just pace yourself. Cut off all the noise, because the noise is not going to make you grow. You don't need to worry about how you're being seen and trying to be seen because that's how somebody else is being seen. But even in your quietness, there's so much you can do to develop yourself and grow. And in the fullness of time, those hours will show. All right? I just want to encourage you guys, it's a new year. Go get it. Shoot the video. Make time to meditate and be quiet. There's a lot happening in the world. The noise is too much. And if you don't isolate yourself and be quiet, you will miss it. All right? Stay stoic. I'll be seeing ya. Peace.